Well, happening now, a follow-up to what was breaking news last night at 11. That shooting inside the Anderson County plant, the Frankenshea business there. They make parts, or they develop parts for some car companies, including Tesla. We first broke this just after we got word about it at 11 when that active shooter call went out. This is off Highway 81 next to Bosch there. A lot of people were worried about what was happening. Employees tell us this guy got in through an unsecured side door. And this is our first look at the suspect, Bruce Vandermosten. We confirmed with authorities this is his social media page, and that is his face. Now, Bruce is accused of opening fire inside and then turning the gun on himself. Fox Carolina's Myra Wee's been following the story all day. There was a news conference today by the sheriff. She's outside that plant. So, Myra, what did you learn today from Sheriff McBride?
Well, Cody, Sheriff McBride said the investigators are still trying to figure out what set off 51-year-old Bruce Vandermosten. They do know that he had just quit working here a day before the shooting happened. And the sheriff says Vandermosten was very familiar with the ins and outs of the facility, having worked at this place for 5 years. And he came in with an AR rifle. And investigators say the first person he shot was a man who remains in critical condition tonight, and deputies say Vandermosten continued to fire when he hit a woman inside. McBride says that woman was grazed by a bullet. She was taken to the hospital by someone who was also at the plant. The sheriff says Vandermosten then fatally shot himself.
There's a few theories floating around that we've gathered from some of the employees that he kind of had an infatuation with someone there, and probably was not received on the other end, and that certainly could have triggered some of his mental unstableness, I guess.
And investigators will now comb through Vandermosten's social media accounts. You saw his page a little earlier. They are still looking for some answers in this case. They are praising the neighbors, the Tipsy Tavern across the street, for comforting the workers who fled the plant. And the sheriff says some Frankenshea workers may have also helped to save their own lives by knowing what to do beforehand.
One of the employees, when they were being debriefed by our detectives, actually was telling them about the active shooter training that they had gone through, where the sheriff's office had performed the training, and hopefully that was came in handy for them. I think it probably did.
Sheriff McBride says he recommends that all workplaces consider going through such active shooter training, and he also said that these situations are becoming all too common.